Fire in me, I can burn it all the way to the ring.
Really?
Yeah. I'm ready.
That's unusual, that.
Yeah, no, I can. I started boxing when I was 7, so it's in my DNA.
Yeah.
Daniel Dubois has officially kicked off his training camp ahead of his highly anticipated rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. In a recent training session, Dubois was seen incorporating gymnastics into his routine, focusing on agility, flexibility, and overall body control. This new approach reflects his commitment to evolving as a fighter, aiming to improve his movement, balance, and explosiveness in the ring. As the rematch draws near, Dubois is clearly leaving no stone unturned in his quest for redemption.
Yeah, there you go, nice and straight. Bring it back, upside down, Dan. Straighten up. Hips through. Pull your hip through like the top of the deadlift. There you go. Solid.
Furthermore, Daniel is sharpening his punching skills as he intensifies his training ahead of the rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. Working closely with his trainer, Dubois is focusing on precision, power, and technique to deliver more effective strikes. Alongside his skill work, he's also hitting the weights hard, incorporating strength training to boost his punching power and overall physical conditioning. In a recent interview, Daniel Dubois revealed his powerful mindset, sharing that when he was younger, he used to do 3 hours of push-ups non-stop. According to him, this intense training helped build his strength and resilience. He confidently claimed that nothing can stop him and that he is getting stronger every day.
When I was a young kid, I used to do like 3 hours push-ups non-stop, and you know, I was extreme
3
stuff.
hours push-ups non.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, the main thing.
One of the most dangerous current heavyweights in the world, Daniel Dubois expressed gratitude and pride for carrying that reputation. He credited his relentless mindset and unwavering focus, stating that his upcoming rematch with Oleksandr Usyk will be a bloodbath and an all-out war. Dubois confidently claimed that he's ready to shock the world and deliver an incredible performance this time around.
I'm glad I am, because it's prepared me for this, for getting back in there, and you know, becoming a new man, and what I've been through is just toughened me up, and now that I'm here, I'm really gonna shake up the world again with another big performance, another huge bloodbath performance. I want it to be a war, so that's my mindset.
With a relentless mindset, Daniel boldly stated that he plans to deliver a performance far beyond what Anthony Joshua showcased. He asserted that Oleksandr Usyk will face even more powerful and relentless bursts this time around. As he steps into the ring, Dubois is determined to show the world that he's the true king, and he's ready to prove it for a reason.
I think I can do even better than that. That's my mindset. I think I can do even better than that, and what that looks like is scary, and I really want to do it and show the world I'm the real king, and yeah. Here we go.
Moving on, Daniel Dubois is back in camp and fully locked in as he prepares for his rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. Training footage shows Dubois intensely focused on refining his punching technique while maintaining distance, an essential strategy against the elusive and technical Usyk. With sharp jabs, controlled footwork, and a disciplined approach to spacing, Dubois is clearly working to adjust his game plan and come back stronger, smarter, and more dangerous in the ring. Daniel Dubois is throwing punches with frightening power as he gears up for the Usyk rematch. Each strike is a clear warning. He's coming with serious intent. Daniel Dubois is pushing his limits with intense outdoor strength training at home. Seen hanging from bars and moving through hurdles, he's focusing on grip strength, coordination, and explosive movement. It's a raw and rugged approach that reflects his determination to come back stronger for the rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. In another interview, True Geordie recounted how Daniel Dubois would push himself to the limit on the treadmill, running at high speeds for extended periods. Daniel acknowledged the story and confirmed that he still trains with that same intensity. He shared that he started boxing at the age of 7, and this drive is in his DNA. With a fire inside him, Dubois described himself as a monster, fully committed to the grind and ready for whatever comes next.
All we could hear was boom, 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 boom. You're on this treadmill, right?
Yeah.
And the lads come back and they're going, this monster, he's sprinting on this treadmill. He's fighting in a couple of days. Do you still put the work into that level, even up to the final day? Like, because a lot of them take it down. You were flat out on that treadmill.
Well, not to give too much away, but you know, I feel like I've got a different energy. While I've still got it in me and the fire in me, I can burn it all the way to the ring.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unusual, that.
Yeah, no, I can. I started boxing when I was 7, so it's in my DNA.
Yeah.
Daniel Dubois is putting in serious work in the gym as he prepares for his upcoming fight. His training sessions focus on building power, speed, and endurance, combining heavy bag work, pad drills, and strength conditioning. With every punch and workout, Dubois is sharpening his skills and pushing his limits, determined to come back stronger and more explosive in the ring.
And Dubois working on head movement, footwork, not preparing for his fight against Oleksandr Usyk in Poland this weekend. I believe with this, Daniel Dubois is going to try his best against Usyk. On Saturday night, we're going to know the winner. On Saturday night, we're going to know the winner between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois.
Acknowledging how intense his training looks, Daniel Dubois believes his preparation will help build the fire needed to challenge Oleksandr Usyk. He stated that he's pushing himself hard and genuinely enjoying the training routine. Reflecting on his approach, Dubois emphasized that he never gets bored, and everyone in his camp knows that very well.
The teams, they'll be edgy at times. It's a fight at the end of the day. And it'll be, it's always going to flare up, tempers will flare and egos will get in. It'll be interesting and exciting. So for me, I want to get back in the gym and start the progress, start the journey to the fight.
Do you enjoy that complete routine of just not the same thing every day, but just the complete gym routine of train, eat, sleep, train?
Yeah, sort of live. You got to live and breathe boxing to be at the top, and anyone that's been there will tell you that.
Meanwhile, Frank Warren shared his thoughts on the controversy surrounding the low blow in Daniel Dubois' first fight against Oleksandr Usyk. He added that after that, Dubois was determined to fight at his best against tough opponents, regardless of whether others feared facing them. Daniel went on to secure victory in each of those fights, proving his resilience and skill.
Which for me was controversial with that alleged low blow. Since then, we put him in 3 fights, which I thought were very tough fights. First one against Babe Miller, and I did that because Babe Miller is very good before a fight of intimidating opponents, getting into their heads, and I really wanted that to happen with Daniel, that he toughens up mentally more, and it worked. And Daniel done a job at the end, stopped him in the 12th round. Next one was Hrgovic, who nobody wanted to fight. Nobody. It was mandatory for how many? Probably about 18 months, 2 years. Nobody fought him. The bogeyman, as they called him, of the heavyweight division.
Frank reflected on Daniel Dubois' fight with Anthony Joshua, highlighting how Daniel suddenly proved his dominance. He noted that after just 3 fights, Dubois has improved significantly, and the world is about to see a different, more evolved Daniel in the ring.
2-time world champion AJ, 90,000 people at Wembley, 89,500 of them behind AJ. And he done what he had to do. I mean, from the first round, since he caught him with that superb first jab, he was the boss all the way through, and he done something that nobody had done to AJ in that fashion. And AJ was coming in off of a roll. And in each of those fights, he was an underdog with the bookmakers, each of them. And out of the 4, he won 3 of them. And a controversial moment in the fight where Hrgovic got where Usyk got a 4-minute break.
Reflecting on his thoughts, Frank Warren admired Oleksandr Usyk as someone who has hurt every British fighter he's faced, but noted that there are some weaknesses in his fighting style. He claimed that those weaknesses were exploited in the first fight and warned Usyk about Daniel Dubois' powerful punches, which could cause him a lot of problems in the rematch.
Do they know each other? They've been in the ring together, they shared a ring together. I know he can hurt him. I know that Usyk, who I've got great admiration for. He's beaten every British fighter that he's been in with. But I believe that he has weaknesses, and it was nearly exploited in that first fight. I mean, that's the punch I always felt would give him problems. So Daniel knows what he's got to do in this next fight, and it's going to be a great fight. And as I said, it's historical because of the belts and so forth. If he comes through that, how bad is that? 48 years I've been doing this now. I mean, for him to come through and do that, the heavyweight champion, and I've looked after a few British heavyweight world champions. Noting
that since his last fight with Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois has developed in every sense. His trainer Don Charles expressed strong confidence in him. He mentioned that although they worked hard to secure the rematch deal earlier, it wasn't finalized at the time. However, he appreciated Oleksandr Usyk for stepping up to accept the challenge and believes that Dubois will prove himself as the best in the upcoming fight.
Well, most definitely, because we didn't see it coming. I have to acknowledge Oleksandr Usyk for actually presenting this opportunity, because he didn't have to, but we're here and it's happening.
Definitely. From obviously the first fight with Usyk was your first fight with Daniel.
Correct.
How much of a different fighter is Daniel now than he was in that first fight?
Well, the results we've gotten since our visit to Poland demonstrates how far Daniel has come along, and before that first fight with Usyk, he had only been with myself for 14 weeks camp, because it's the first time we worked together. That was our first fight together. So he's developed in every capacity.
Acknowledging Oleksandr Usyk as a maverick and a talented fighter, Don asserted that this fight will prove Daniel Dubois as one of the generational greats of all time. While he didn't disclose the game plan, he effectively stated that they are very aware of what needs to be done, with a strong focus on dismantling Usyk's majestic presence inside the ring.
We have our game plan, which I'm not going to disclose.
Of course.
Right? But it's not rocket science what we have to do. We have to go there and try and dismantle this majestic magician, Usyk, that is. Okay, this man is a maverick. He's exceptional, isn't he? Yeah. So we have to go there, devise the perfect game plan to conclude the fight.
Definitely. I'd be interested to know from Daniel's coach's perspective. Would you say Usyk's a better fighter now than he was in that first fight as well?
Well, of course. Look what he's done since he fought us in Poland. Look what he's gone and done. Usyk, this guy is special. It will go down as a generational great. He will, based on what he's achieved.
Going on to note that this opportunity is even bigger this time, Don Charles said that this winning mindset is what they thrive on. He also acknowledged how important it would be for Daniel Dubois' career and for himself to take the throne from Oleksandr Usyk and solidify their position in the division.
And how fitting will it be for my young charge to go down, rewrite the script and take the throne from him, which we intend on doing on the 19th of July.
Definitely, and making history as well. Not the first undisputed fight in the 4-belt era to be on this soil.
Yeah.
Also, I think the second British fighter to become undisputed since Josh Taylor as well in the 4-belt era. I mean, it's a massive occasion for Daniel Dubois, isn't it?
Oh gosh, it doesn't get any bigger than this, does it? It really doesn't. No. Hence why we're very switched on. These opportunities don't come every day, so we have to grow another pair of arms, the fighter and the team, to aid him to go and pull this off.
Speaking about their last fight, Don Charles noted that this opportunity is a great chance to right the wrongs that happened before. He claimed that this time they will not only focus on fixing past mistakes, but also add significant value to Daniel Dubois' career by securing the world title. They are determined to make the most of this opportunity and give it their absolute best.
For many reasons, yes. Who wouldn't? If Parker and his trainer was in our position, they too would be relishing the opportunity, being as we've done us already for Usyk, to right the wrong. Absolutely. We felt it was a controversial fight. Yes, it was. Yeah. So we feel that given the opportunity again to right the wrong, yes, most definitely. And who wouldn't want to fight for? Daniel happened to be holding the part of the jigsaw, which is the IBF world title. He has that. So that goes with the other 3 belts that Usyk has for the undisputed, right? Who wouldn't, in their right mind, wouldn't relish the opportunity to contest for that?
Dave Coldwell also shared his opinion, noting that only time will tell whether the fight will be a repeat or revenge. What he sees is a much improved and more determined Daniel Dubois heading into this fight. He also acknowledged the controversies surrounding their earlier match, but reminded everyone that Usyk ultimately stopped Dubois and praised Usyk as an exceptional and fierce competitor.
Good fight. Good fight. Where Dubois is now, he's very confident, very bullish. But Usyk's older, he's had more wear and tear. The fights with Fury have taken a lot out of him. Don't underestimate that. But Usyk's he's a different animal. He's a different animal. And ultimately, you got to remember, take away that one shot, whether you thought it was low or not, that one bit of drama, take away that. Yes, Usyk had a couple of uncomfortable moments early doors, but he does always. But he knows how to ride him out. And ultimately, he stopped Daniel Dubois. Don't forget, he stopped him.
Dave pointed out that in the first fight, Usyk didn't just land points. He went on to stop Daniel Dubois, highlighting his dominance. He also noted that this upcoming fight is an intriguing one, and it will largely depend on how much Usyk has left to give when fighting at his best, especially now that he has grown older.
Ping away at him and beat him on points. He stopped him. So I wouldn't put it past Usyk pulling it off. You know, I think it's a real intriguing fight. I just think it depends. It's all about what Usyk's got left. That's what I think. It's all about what Usyk's got left.
Meanwhile, Daniel Dubois, who is gearing up for the biggest showdown of his career with a rematch against Oleksandr Usyk, also shared his thoughts on what a day in his training camp looks like. From waking up early to stretching and sparring in the gym, he detailed his routine, making it clear that he trains harder than expected. During the discussion about his diet and nutrition, Daniel Dubois shared the meal plan that helps him get into peak shape ahead of a fight. He also spoke about how disciplined and controlled his diet is, emphasizing its importance in his overall preparation. Additionally, he reflected on his mental approach, noting that he visualizes success and maintains a strong, positive attitude. Daniel went on to explain that while visualizing the fight, he considers all perspectives, identifying both his opponent's weaknesses and areas where he can improve himself. He further emphasized that for him, the best way to stay motivated is by seeking inspiration.
You know, many different scenarios. I might be in many different situations when it gets rough or when it gets tough, you know, when you have to dig deep in a fight, you go for all of that. And the best way is to be inspiring as well. That helps a lot.
And there you have it, Daniel Dubois' winning formula. From his intense training grind to his disciplined diet and unstoppable mindset. If you're as fired up as we are for this epic showdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any updates. Drop a comment below. What part of Daniel's prep surprised you the most? Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.